You don't have to be a Toyota nerd to enjoy, what are we doing here? It's not exactly the path I meant to go. To enjoy the Land Cruiser. Now supposedly, there's something, oh yeah. There's something special about this. Yeah, manual front and rear differential locks, just like an old one of these would have been. Well, for four-wheel drive anyway. I mean that by manual locking hubs, but similar concept. But there's more. Supposedly this thing is designed to be extremely beginner friendly and also upgrade friendly. As in, it does already come with decent stuff. Oil-filled shocks, low center of gravity gearbox, 2-speed transmission. It is brushed. Ooh, a Dumbo radio. Metal drive shafts. Hey, inner fender wells. And this will be a nice addition to my current Land Cruiser lineup. Now, this is my first Yikong vehicle. Oh, it's upside down. Oh my gosh, I chose the yellow sand desert sand. I think that's what it's called in the real lifeness. That might be a more modern color name. Oh man, that does look nice. Tires are sticky and squishy. I haven't seen a price on this yet, but it's also supposed to be priced well for beginners. It's not a hard body, it's just Lexan. This also has all metal gears except for the spur gear. Portal axles help give us a high ground clearance. They give us a charger that's better than your standard USB. Supposedly this truck is designed to make upgrades easy. So in this video, we're gonna do that. We're gonna start with it, obviously, bone stock, and then we'll try a few upgrades and see how easy it is and how much better they make the truck perform. The owner's manual has a fantastic breakdown of all the parts and part numbers, how everything is assembled and goes together, even more intricate stuff like inside the gearbox. Here's your manual differential locking assembly. They've got it in the front as well. It's a cool option to have. If you don't want manual differential locks, don't buy this truck. But this manual switch fits the era of the truck. I think that's pretty neat. Insanity has replaced reason in the modification of this vehicle. That's what I'm talking about! And with the stickers, I assume that you're supposed to peel this one off and then put these on. So we're gonna do that. I guess they did that for licensing. And there we go. I do definitely prefer those classic Toyota colors. So yeah, while the body of the truck does look pretty good, it's certainly not ultra detailed. It's got the basic look down, of course, but it is definitely a watered down design. Anyway, again, this is designed to be wallet friendly, I think. Again, haven't seen a price yet. Interesting, comes with an FMS battery. That's the same battery that comes in the 1/10 monster truck from FMS. Oh boy. XT60 connector, separate receiver, 32 turn 550 brushed motor, high torque. You have adjustable shock positions for the front and the rear. These are plastic oil filled shocks, which they do seem to do a good job. There's our servo that controls the 2-speed transmission. There's our full-size steering servo. Look, they even put a fake fill plug on the differential housing. That's so cool. Those extra tiny details are awesome. Check out that turning radius. Metal steering servo horn, metal links with plastic ends, 3-link suspension with a track bar right there in the front, 4-link suspension in the rear, plus this extra anti-sway link. I don't know what that's called, I can't remember. It's basically a track bar in the rear. Maybe it's called a rear track bar. Oh, you can add lights to these off-road lights. We're equipped with some plastic telescoping drive shafts infused with metal joints. On-off switch is right there. Ball bearings throughout the whole truck. I'm gonna use the included wheel nut wrench to get a glancy poo at the bearings and the hexes and whatever else is under here. 12mm hexes, 2mm axle pins. You can't see the bearing here. I want to pop that cover off. It's hard to tell, but it kind of looks like sealed bearings. It looked like sealed bearings on that picture. I want to see if they're actually sealed bearings. All hex hardware too, by the way. Yes, sealed bearings. Look at that. Let's go ahead and drive this thing, see how it does exactly out of the way it is out of the box. Find my, there we go. And then use that driving experience to see what kind of stuff we could do to it to make it better. In other words, let's go on an adventure. This is your slow speed. High speed. Oh, cool. These are really good tires, actually. They're very, look at that. Yeah, very grippy. I have not locked the dips yet. I want to see if this can do it without first. All right, I'm gonna reach in and lock the front. Ooh, tire getting stuck on the bumper. Ah, again. Don't do that. So that might be my fault, even though it should be able to handle it. I did turn the steering rate all the way up from about 75 to 100% because the servo can handle it. It goes the entire travel, but looks like they might have done that on purpose because it gets stuck on the bumper sometimes. Let's go ahead and lock the rear. Man, mosquitoes. I even sprayed myself. This spot here is one of the most difficult areas. Let's see if it can get up this. Whoa! Ha! Right away! That was awesome! Try that again. I will go ahead and turn that steering back. The steering back down to 75%. Oh, I accidentally turned it off. Hopefully that'll solve the bumper issue, but I like it being able to turn that much. So that'll be something we got to look into fixing when we do our upgrades here in a bit. What is that? Something's pooping up here. This is not your pooping perch. Whoa! This is all drag brake, by the way. Or, well, it's really just motor friction. I don't think it's going to have any trouble getting up this. Nope. Okay, so we're gonna do a few modifications, but I'm not upset with this thing at all. This is pretty good. It has much better tires than most lower or mid-grade priced crawlers have. They're a little on the stiff side for the weight of the vehicle, but they're very good otherwise. So I'm actually gonna keep these on, and I think I'm gonna add some weight to the truck. Now, one thing that I wanna show you is this is already balanced. Oh, yeah, right there. This is already balanced really well, as in most of the weight is forward. Actually, a lot of the weight is forward. So that gives you a really good incline that this can climb, which I just showed you, and it did a really good job. So here's what we're gonna do. The biggest problem was most definitely the tires hitting the bumper. So I'm gonna put some longer shocks on this to raise it up a bit. I'm gonna add some weight like I just said, and I think that's all I'm gonna do because in the short term, that's really all that it could use. Now you could of course put a nice FOC brushless motor on this and it would take it really well, and it would definitely improve throttle response and stuff because brushed motors aren't as smooth and don't have as good low speed control. So we'll just go ahead and start with some taller shocks. Now you can already adjust the ride height a little bit by changing these shocks to the lower holes. That'll lift it a little bit, but I want a little bit more lift than that. Those tires are just too close to that bumper. All right, I special ordered some shocks just for this. Available on Amazon overnight, so they come very quickly and easily, and I think they're the 110 millimeter versions, but you can get them in different sizes. So remove this screw, turn the wheel. For the rears, you'll have to take the wheel off. It would be better to take them off anyway. Remove shocks. Probably a good 3/4 of an inch of extra lift here. Yeah, this thing uses the same screw as the bottom shock mount, but the vehicle does allow for a lot of lift. So that'll help with this, but I still may clip the bumper a little bit. So I've got the new shocks on the left side, the old ones are still on the right, and you can see the new shocks are lifting up much higher. All 4 shocks are on. Look at the huge difference now we have between that bumper and the tires. I have not trimmed this yet. I'm not going to unless we have a problem. I'll bring some cutty things with me in case I need them. In the right circumstances, those tires will definitely still catch on the bumper, but it'll take a lot more lift. See what it looks like with the body on? Oh yeah, that is awesome. This looks way better lifted like that. I love that. Especially being that you have that realistic looking differential. You got those manual locks. Now they'll be easier to reach. And then I'm gonna add some kind of weight right here. I haven't decided what yet. You could zip tie just about anything to this plastic bracket right there. All right, first we'll drive down some rocks, get a little bit of a comparison to what I already drove it on at my house, and then we'll trudge through the foliage to make it to the creek. Oh yeah, that's already way better. I told you that I was gonna put some weight in the truck, and I did, and it's a very random object. Like I said, there's pretty much room to put anything. I'll show you that in a little bit. Usually you can't fit stuff like that. The creek is up quite a bit higher than usual. I'm gonna run through this rocky ditch area here, so if I get in the water, it'll be shallow. Mainly because there's a giant hole in the side of my shoe and I don't want any parasitic human eaters to get in there. I did, however, remember to spray off on myself, bug repellent, so that's helpful. I am not upset by this thing's performance at all. This is, don't want to fall in the reservoir. Not that that's what this is supposed to be. Ew. Bumper. Of course, I forgot to bring my cutty devices down here. That's all right. It's nowhere near as bad as it was. I don't know about this. That's a big incline. All right.
No, 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 don't do it! Oh, I tried to warn you.
Ow. Ah, Jesus. I just got stung by a wasp. for the first time in my life. Ow. Ah, that wasn't cool. Oh man, not kidding. Ow. That stings a little bit. As soon as I jump down there. Oh man, I hope that truck doesn't get stuck. That was a big dude too. Oh, it's so annoying. Ow. Oh. Ow. Yep, there it is. Right through the sock. I'm not gonna get any closer, so this is the shot you're gonna get for just a minute. No, oh, okay, good. I accidentally turned the remote off. Hopefully the truck doesn't cause a swarm. Because this thing will stay there, I'll tell you that. Dude, this thing is a beast. That is so awesome. Like, those are big rocks. Oh, made it. Oh, I can just go that way. Thanks a lot, Mr. Wasp. Right on the sock line. It was a reddish orange one. I don't know if it showed up on camera or if it flew away too quick. It burns. It's not like a burn. It's like a painful itch more than anything. Definitely not something I want to experience more. This is a pretty stable truck. Oh, no. Oh, gonna have to retrieve it this time. You know, it's funny. I feel like I have a pretty good tolerance for pain, but I'm terrified of receiving it. Like, if I had seen that thing land on me, I'd have squealed like a little girl. Like, just imagine a giant wasp the size of like a medium dog. Humanity would be done for. I'm sure that's gonna look worse later. Let's go. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put some sort of anti-infection stuff on it. Who'd have thought you'd see surgery in an RC car video? That wasp, I'm sure, dwells in swamp water, so probably a good idea to do something to it. Hopefully I'm not allergic. I'll pull this off later and see what it looks like. I don't think I am, but I've never been stung. Man, right in the Achilles tendon. I mean, good thing this truck was capable, because if it didn't make it out on its own, it was gonna stay there. Anyway, it doesn't really hurt anymore. This truck is pretty awesome. This bumper, I don't know what they should have done yet. I can't tell. Maybe just extend it out a little further. Maybe even just putting an extra bump stop in there so the tire doesn't go up too high. So I haven't decided how I wanna fix that yet. Probably just trim the corner of the bumper off. As far as the actual crawling and trailing performance, it was really good. I mean, for its size, it did great on the rocks. Oh yeah, and the weight. There's a lot of cars out there that have too much stuff going on where you can't just lay something heavy and flat across pretty much the entire thing. Just a rusty set of channel locks, and I zip tied the front, and I just used the battery strap in the rear. But yeah, the tires grab really well. Again, if they indented just a little bit better, that would be even better. We put on a set of, I think, $27 shocks and basically added just a random piece of metal to add some weight to it to help give it even more traction, and this was a very capable unit. Now, I did ask them to send me the battery that would actually come with this car or this truck if you buy it with a battery, but I don't know if this would be the one that does actually come with it, being that it's an FMS battery. Of course, you can get it cheaper without the battery. It's a good beginner's truck because it is relatively inexpensive and still has good stuff. The most affordable way to lock the differentials but also keep them open if you want them open. For just basic trailing, keeping them open is going to be much better. It'll increase your steering radius and just make it overall smoother. Because when steering, your outside wheel has to turn faster to swing the truck around more. So that's why if your diffs are locked and you're trying to make a hard turn, you'll see the truck kind of bouncing because the tires are skipping and jumping between different tires that are holding full traction. Then of course you still have the option to put a brushless electronics set in here. Yep, I think clipping those ends just might have done it. So here we are 24 hours later and it kind of looks like a zit. No pain whatsoever.